Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be making a monogram pumpkin that will be a beautiful addition to your fall decor. First we start off with a carvable foam pumpkin from Walmart for less than $10. You can buy them in black, white, and orange. I bought an orange one simply because they were sold out of the color that I wanted. If you can find one in the color you wish, then go ahead and skip this next step, which is painting. I bought this Rust-Oleum spray paint also at Walmart. Keep the spray paint about 10 inches from the pumpkin to help give you a nice even coverage with no dripping. I also taped off the stem with painter's tape. Now that the paint is completely dry, I've decided to paint my stem with a light coat of gold paint. I also got this at Walmart for around 60 cents. I wasn't super careful painting the stem because I wanted some of the original color to show through, so it had a two-toned look. Okay, as you can see, the stem is now gold. I can see bits of the original color showing through, though I am not sure that it's showing up on camera, but I really do like the way it turned out, and it will match with my other decorations really nice. The next step is to apply the stencil. So for this part, what I do to make it easier on myself is I flip my stencil upside down and trace it onto a piece of paper with a lead pencil. Then I take my stencil and I tape it to the pumpkin with the lead facing the pumpkin. Next, I take the popsicle stick and rub very gently over the stencil. This will allow the pencil lead to transfer onto the pumpkin really easily, and it's a great trick to use when you're trying to apply a stencil to a surface that isn't flat. This is how it looks once the stencil is transferred. The great thing is I can paint right over this and not have to fuss with the stencil, making sure that it's flat on a round object. It really simplifies this process. For the large letter B in the background of this stencil, I used a wooden letter that I found in the craft section at Walmart. It was about $1. I couldn't find a stencil that was large enough to do what I wanted to do here, so I went ahead and bought that wooden letter and figured I could always use this in another project down the road. The large monogram in the back I'm painting in the same gold that I used for the stem. The coverage for the gold paint wasn't great here, so I did take 2 coats to cover. I let them dry for about 30 minutes. I also used a black paint marker to trace over my last name once the gold paint was dry. Using the paint marker was a lot easier than trying to use a paintbrush. I traced the large monogram in the black also to help it stand out from the background. It's a way easier process to go ahead and use the paint marker. I found this really cute gold pick in the Christmas aisle at Walmart for I think about $2. I thought this would be really cute to look like the vines coming off the top of the pumpkin. Okay, to put this on the pumpkin, all I have to do is open my scissors and poke a hole where I want it to go. Once I have the scissors through the pumpkin, I'm just going to give it a little twist to help make the hole a little bit bigger so the pick will fit inside. The pick has a little clip on the end, which I decided to go ahead and leave on because once it's in the pumpkin, it'll help actually keep it in place. Then I used a little bit of hot glue over the hole just to help secure it a little bit better. I arranged the vines a little bit after I glued the other part of the vine on the other side of the pumpkin. Once I glued this on, I went ahead and kept maneuvering the vines a little bit just to help get them to where I wanted them to be. Next, I cut a 12-inch piece of dark brown burlap ribbon that I had left over from another project. To make a bow, I simply lay it flat and fold both ends over into the center with a little bit of overlap. Then I used just some regular ribbon or even just some string to tie off the bow. Just make sure to have your string in the center so that your bow's even on both sides. And tie it a few times just to make sure you have a good secure knot. I plan on using this for a couple years in a row, which is nice with this project. So I just want to make sure everything stays in place where I need it. I think the bow will look the best over here on the left side at the top corner of the pumpkin, so I'm going to go ahead and hot glue mine on there. Lots of people like to use the E6000 glue, which I do also like to use, but for this project, because I was trying to get it done a little bit quicker, I did decide to use hot glue. Next, I decided to add a little splash of color with some leaves that I found at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree sells these leaves every year. They have them in a few different styles and colors. I chose to use mine with the yellow orange, the red orange, and some brown because it'll match with my other decorations that I'm using in the house. After gluing these leaves on around the pumpkin, I decided also to embellish the center of the bow with a small orange button I just had left over from some crafts I had used before. So this is the finished project, and I hope you really like it. It's really easy to make. I can't wait to display it. I just love the way it turned out, and I hope you have as much success with yours as we did with ours. If you liked this video and you know someone who would, please like and share this video. If you'd like to be notified every time we upload a new video, please hit that notification bell. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. We really appreciate your support. Thank you for spending part of your day with us.